Hello and welcome to One Way, where we go one way, and that is west. Yeah, board the boat. Alrighty. Sudden stop, but that's fine. Anyway, this is done on phone. You might hear clawing and scratching noises to make certain maneuvers happen, otherwise it's held in wide stance to prevent that. However, doing so comes at the cost of performance, well, so to speak. More likely to walk into trees, buildings, and pits of death. And so far we went 2 weeks without dying. Can we keep the non-dying streak going? So we're already almost a third of the way through the next 100,000, heading towards the 7,500 kilometer block. I don't think we're gonna get another close to 2/3. I think we will probably reach about a little more than halfway through the 7,400s. Being that there were a few close calls where the weather was gonna ruin some walking opportunities during work, but fortunately, it held on. So, I mean, there were chances we could have had a little bit of a extra push, but a little extra healthy activity does not hurt. It just means that this is a short video. Yeah, imagine that, like a 2-hour, 15 to 2.5 hour video is a short video. In this series it is. Because just like it has been, it is designed to be a time kill while doing my laundry. Originally in laundromats to kill time. Then I got my own place and was gifted a washer dryer from the owners that just didn't want to take them because they're old and beat up, but work just fine. Just continue the tradition. It's kind of a legacy thing to just do it while do this while I do laundry. Plus, if something were to ever go wrong, new or old machine, it's best if you're actually present, especially if something goes wrong with the washer. Although with the dryer, yeah, you'd want to be around that too in case things decide to catch fire. Yes, I have fire/carbon monoxide detector in the basement, but it's nice to be there if it were to happen, and then maybe I could kill power and douse it. So, yeah, it's just washer dryer phase. And I already put the Watch Me Suck It Bowling video together, although I had to do it 3 times because I screwed up the video twice. I mean, sometimes there's some major mistake. I mean, very minor mistakes, should I say, that I just let live. Like if the volume on a voiceover was a hair low, or accidentally show pin cam a little too early. But if it's thing like if it's just off to the side in a postage stamp, which I use for mirror alignment, then blow it up when it full screen where it matters if I forget to do that. Or in the case of some places where they're playing copyrighted television on a video wall, I cover it up with the pin cam and forget to remove said cover up whenever my head or anything goes over that area so it doesn't, so it doesn't look forced. That was the issue I had twice, is I had the overlay and my head crossed over the screen that the copyrighted videocast was on, so my head got clipped off. So then I fixed that, and then the second time forgot to make the pin cam fill the screen, so I had to do it a third time, and then everything is fine. It does not have any bearing on this getting done because that bowling video is done. And I'm trying to get it done earlier. You should get up at 8 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday if I'm not working. Well, the ultra rare event that I'm working on a Sunday, it's not the case, but usually get up at 8, put the bowling video together, and either do work on the house or every other week during the good weather, if weather would just permit for a change, let me mow the lawn. The house almost looks abandoned because every single time I had a chance to mow the lawn, it would rain. So tomorrow, like I said, I got the bowling video made already, so I could just stitch together this one-way video. And while it's processing, go out and mow the lawn. And it doesn't take long. I don't have a big lawn, thank goodness. Let's see. Yeah, we can. It doesn't take all that long to do because it's. I mean, I got a decent chunk of land, but only like a third of an acre is actually usable and is a lawn. Yeah, I see it going that way, but it's going the wrong way. We want to be moving forward. Alright, so we're going to jump. Miss the button. That kind of hurts the ability to jump. Can't blame the game on that one. Micro jumping. We can blame the game on that one. And that was a late jump, but I was trying to get over that little gap. Then if there's a 1 or 2 block drop, I try to jump so that we can keep the player moving. Good, we're lined up. And yeah, for what? Oh well. Although when it gets a little crowded like this, I will just let the player drop, or if the hills are steep. Because either case, it's nice jump. That time it didn't do its job. This game is famous for that. The jump button not working. I had it working on one of those very long-winded projects on my 50th birthday world, hence why there hasn't been a video in years on that series, because everything's a long project. And I think now there's one that's been in the works for over 6 months now. Because, like I said, everything's a long-winded project, apparently. So it's not like I don't want to ever... I'm not playing the game anymore, seriously. Just all the projects now are giant. Alright, so I'll do here. Let's place a bed. And give myself another bed. And over here, okay, that's not gonna matter. This one, place the boat. I wanted the bed. That's better. I tapped the bed, not the boat. I noticed I was trying to escape an iron golem in a really, really rudimentary iron farm because the iron farms that they make tutorials on how to build in Minecraft, I can never get them to work. So basically I just made a giant village with giving villagers a bunch of jobs, surrounded the area with half slabs so the iron golems only spawn within the village. And I have a contraption that I lead them into to boil to death in lava. I mean, that part I can do. But while trying to flee, the jump button decided, you don't need to do that. Nice jump. Glad the jump button worked. Now, okay, stick. I'm not swimming. I just want to bob. Bob is faster. That was just something that wouldn't work because, well, look who's trying, more or less. Jump. I'm going to start in on that now. Yeah. Okay, further. Alright, good enough. That's not going to work like anything else. Alright, nothing's going to work. Surprise, surprise. That went pretty well. And, well, one block narrow. Okay, that was just bad. Okay, how about we move? Oh, well, that works too. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, this is one of those things that can be bad. That was one where too late, didn't know what I was heading into. That could have been a pit of death. Fortunately, it was just a little thing. Nice jump, and actually, I do mean nice jump. Because that actually was. Is this gonna go anywhere? Yeah, board the boat. Perhaps that's why I hit the board button. And, well, yeah, what would we expect? Although it might be going somewhere. It looks like it might be going somewhere. Although a little in the wrong direction, but... or not really. Oh, maybe so. Because of the precision errors, north-south, the boat can actually fit in a 1 block gap. That's because I know you're thinking the precision errors are east and west. How come north and south I can use the precision error to get a boat through? Yes, traveling north and south, a 1 block wide river or opening is enough for a boat to slip through, but you got to remember that the physical opening is actually, the width of it is east-west. The direction is north-south, but its width is east-west. Hence why a 1 block wide water opening a boat can fit through. But if the width was north and south, it won't. So one thing I hate about this game, as you just saw, is the surprise element of a pit. Fortunately, the pit was only 3 blocks short. But we've seen that, where it looks like just a hill going down, and all of a sudden you fall into a hole and die in a ravine. In a regular game, that's more of an inconvenience, because then you can mine down and get your stuff. But from where we are at this point and our objective, it's just best to move on and start anew, which previous 2 videos we haven't had to do. But the 4 before that we had, at least once. And as boring as these oceans are, it's the second fastest way to get to where we're hopefully going. The primary objective is the unlikely one, trying to reach the striped farlands. The secondary objective, the more reasonable one, we have a couple videos ago now just across the less than million blocks to go for the secondary objective is to reach 8,388,608, the last traversable block by normal means. Yeah, granted we have to run and jump in order to break the 5 block per second speed limit while running. But under normal traveling conditions, we can no longer move once we cross that point. And we have to be on something that is bigger than 1 block in size. Because then the precision error is 1 block. And that means we have to be on something that's bigger than that, like a boat or a horse that's fast enough. Because if not, we fall through the world and die, which is why when we pause, and not in a hurried fashion, because then that's when we take a risk, is we either stop on land in a boat. On the water, I think they fixed the bug where you fall through the boat when you start a new game or restart. That used to be a thing. But sitting on land in a boat, or immediately after sleeping without moving whatsoever. I mean, rotating your view, that's a thing you can do. One thing that's also getting a little bare, but it's not terribly bad, is we need to find a village. This is also why killing sheep and getting 63 wool was very important, which we have right there. I can't reach the boat. Can we reach now? That's better. This is one of those times it would really suck to die before we place the next bed, because it'll be out in the middle of the ocean, and I'm not sure if there's any land nearby. And good if not, because then we're going that much further. Bad if not, because then if we die, then we might be in a position where it's no longer possible to continue. But there's land over there. It's a desert land, but okay, we got trees over there, so I mean, it is a possibility still. Alright, good, we caught it before we went over the edge. No way there. Surprise, surprise, no way there. But we can go over here. Yeah, that might have been too much. It jumps when I don't want it to, and doesn't when I do want it to. So that's 63 wool plus the wood that I have. Well, maybe I don't have enough wood really, but I could always get more. It's enough to make 22 beds if we need to, because yeah, villages seem to be a thing in Minecraft where they're either a dime a dozen or we're starving for them, one or the other. And this is not where I wanted to be. Break. Okay, over here. Okay, we're at the 7440 kilometer block. Which I was paying attention to where I was going and not the numbers at that point. Hence the stall there. We're at, pause, 7440. Like I said, those pits of death or pits of any kind, they just show up without any warning. Those are the most dangerous. Nice jump. Nice jump. That one was kind of important. So of course it wouldn't do it. My finger was on the button. Place. The quicker we do it, the faster we go, the further we get. Oh, the only good thing, so to speak, about not seeing villages is that we press on as we... But, you know, if there's a village and there's something good, then that's obviously a pit stop that is useful. For the most part, we don't stop at the ships anymore. It seems out at this distance that most of the time the treasure chests that have the goodies that are really valuable don't seem to spawn. The treasure chest ones do. The ones with the maps. But okay, we don't want to go this way. Okay, that could have killed us. It may or may not have. I'm not 100% sure. Nice jump. I literally was pressing the button. Alright, this cube is not holding back lava. Break. Back off. A little more. Actually, a bit more. Let's be sure that we're... Alright, a little more. Alright, it looks like it's... Alright, it looks like it's a lost cause, so... While we're at it, I know this is part of that stalling thing, but... Couple more of them. And get rid of that. And away we go. And failed to jump. Nice jump. I didn't press swords, I pressed jump. Okay, this looks like something I don't want anything to do with. And that would not have killed us if we fell in. It just would have been a bad, tiny bit of inconvenience. Although it's been flat and fairly easy to traverse. Is that a village finally on the left? That was very faint. Yes, it is. So unless something goes horribly wrong, we should get out of the boat first off. We should be able to at least get to the halfway through the 7,400 kilometer block. I don't know if I want to... Of course, there has to be a giant pit between me and the village. There's no other way it would have worked. Of course, it has to be useless buildings. That's why we right, move the player. Alright, this one's not useless. That one's also not useless. This one is also not useless. We're going to keep jumping, because that's how we can move. Thank you. That's exactly what I did not want to do. But we are going to sleep here once we raid the chest. Now how about we grab the food? That was even a better answer. Alright, the sun's almost down, so we're going to sleep here. Any day now. Sun is setting. There it is. Useless building. Too far. There we go. And move the player. Alright, so yep, we're gonna jump. Break. Thank you. You're making an expedition worthwhile. Thank you. Your contribution will help this expedition hopefully get at least to the secondary objective. Primary would be nice, but yeah, I'm not placing any bets on that happening. And sword. Actually, we didn't need to move that far, but gain back the piece that we just ate. And out. Perfect. Now we're just interested in the beds. We got one more, right? No, we're full. Oh, wait a minute. Something isn't in the correct position. Alright, pressing buttons, and good. So I think we're ready to head off now. And we're swinging swords randomly, but not jumping when the jump button's pressed. And jump. That was a bit much. good or bad idea? Yeah, let's go this way. I'm gonna have to do a little backwards tracking here, but it might mean overall that we'll be able to move. Oh, look, we got another village. At this point, we're just gonna do a quick observation. No, that's not possible, is it? Well, what we can do is go over here. We don't need anything from them, really. We'll leave the boat here. Of course, we have to be in a position that it's not going to help us. Oh, we can go over here. I didn't see this. Still, kind of crappy. Oh, good. See, good thing we... Maybe it's good. And the washer has stopped. But we found this. We got a boat. And we're moving the player. We're moving the player. I like when moving the player happens. Yeah. Everything's good. So that was garbage. So over here somewhere's our boat. There it is. So I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and we're slowly backing the boat up. Oh no, we're not going to. All right, I'm going to take my chances because, I mean, we got a village right here. If I were to die, well, actually, I'll start further back in the village prior. So, anyway, we should be safe. I think they fixed that bug. Dryer phase. Next stop. And we're back in dryer phase. Alright, so that's definitely not the right way, but we found a village, so that's why the dryer is nuts. It's sounding a little rougher than it has been. And that's not good. Falling into this pit, not good. Nope, not swimming. Nope, nope, nope. Bob. There you go, bobbing. That's the one. That's what we want. At least it was filled with water. I know it's a pain, but at least it lets us get out. At least we fall and not get hurt. Alright, this way. Over here. There we go. That's not too bad. And why did we stop here? This jump. 3 times I hit it. 4th time it doesn't do anything. And it was in the exact same spot as before. Same there. Alright, I missed the mark. Hoping I would have landed on that the block just above it. And that was just a lousy jump. Then we can move the player. I remember hitting jump, not swing swords. Yeah. Game kinda doesn't have the best controls in the world. And move the player. Actually, we're a little... Okay, good. We were pressing onward a little too much there. And we missed the jump button. This is bad. We can move the player. Good, just get by it. That's all we had to do. That's all we had to have done, and we did. Now let's make it a blue bet next time. And over here. Jumping. Village, but I don't think we're that desperate. We don't know if there might be a smithy. I mean, they're not very common in these desert villages, but they do exist. Uh-oh. I saw a... No, we gotta get up regular. Okay, good. Yeah, we needed swimming to work the way it used to work. Alright, we're just doing a quick look around. Any normal size buildings so that we don't have to... Wait a minute. Oh, that's an iron golem. Jumping. How about a normal... I wasted my time entering here. Okay, this is a full height. Okay, how about we move the player this way? There we go. Then we do this. And get rid of that. Okay, well, no, we don't need your help right now. Okay, I don't see a smithy. Not that I could detect anyway. Really? Put the boat out that far? Jumping. All right, I'm going to skip the water because it's heading towards Mesa, which is, well, it looks like it doesn't matter either way, but... want to be a little more into the desert so that perhaps we might have a better chance of seeing a desert temple, and maybe there might actually be something good in it. And it looks like that's not going to happen. Alrighty, continuing on. And we see another village. From what I can see, not really any smithies there. Looks like normal buildings. And yeah, kind of weird that it was actually moving a half a block every time I jumped up one. Just traversing over a hill and another village. Okay, I jumped and nothing happened, but oh no, that isn't another village. This is a desert temple, the things that we're looking for. And we're moving the player. Oh crud, we stopped. Move the player. Alright, let's see if anything good's here. And that's okay. Nothing there, that could have been something. Nothing there, that could have been something. Oh, this was trash. Alright, let's just swap that out. That wasn't really worth it. Of course there has to be a giant pit where I am, forcing me to get near these villagers. Good, now that we're past this point, we can get away from them. Yep, keep moving. Another village. Not sure if I'm spending time here. off the player. There we go. Yeah, no smithies here. The sun's going down. What we can do is get a free sleep. Too bad I can't see out of here. Well, that's gonna change in a moment. Yeah, I know monsters can get in, but within a couple minutes, you're going to be a faded memory anyway. We're getting close to another time that we got to purge the world anyway. So anything that'll be beyond render distance is going to be good and gone forever. And then once I purge it, I check to see if it's working. A couple of times the world corrupted a little bit, where we had to dance around a bunch of missing chunks. But for the most part, everything was good. Old-fashioned swim. Because I know that this actually continued the other way. And of course, like I said, we have to break that 5 block per second speed barrier in order to move forward. Hence why we have to waggle the boat back and forth when we're going, if we're going diagonally. Because there's a point we're going under 5 and we cannot progress forward. So again, boring ocean, but that's helping us get there that much faster. And the good thing about sleeping in the village is, and it's come in handy before, is if we were to succumb to bad luck, We got a bunch of beds, we got a food supply, and we'll have enough stuff for a decent start. Now we're going too far in the wrong direction. Alright, we're halfway through the 7440 kilometer block. Hey, towards at least 7450. Not likely to get to the 2/3 mark, which would be the 7466. But being that this is a quote-unquote short video, don't like seeing that. Alright, that's just continuing on. I know those blocks reminded me. I know a couple of times I decided to go for those pirate ships that are easy to get to, but they're a total waste of time. Because at this point, the chests that matter don't seem to generate this far out. No, we don't want to go that way. Right, that was a premature jump, but we were okay. See if this way goes anywhere. It seems to. Yeah, it does not count as a cool feature. I've had a few of those. Like these caves that you can row through, get to the other side. Still on the same river or lake. This continues, but it is stopping, or does it continue through? We'll find out as we waggle our way there. And through we go, but it doesn't continue much longer. Ooh, that's something I don't want to go in. We're going to need to... Okay, that was a sudden move. Like I said, when I don't want it to jump, it will. When I do want it to, no. See, big hills like that, we definitely do not try to jump these. See, because the precision's very accurate in the north-south, because we're pretty close to zero. We don't have to jump to keep the guy moving. Although here again, probably best to let him drop. That time we can get away with it. That was just a hair far, but we didn't think that was going to happen. Alright, yeah, we want to go a little more this way. A little more this way. That's better. Nice big opening here. See how much more we can, distance we can get in. See, I see an opening there, and I didn't know if it was going to be death or not. So let's throw all sorts of obstacles in the way. You know what, it's getting a little dark, so bed, sleep, nope, not yet. There we go. Yeah, I see a village. Unfortunately, it's a project village, and we're whacking swords for some reason. Alright, so we're just gonna... We only need, I think, one bed. Yeah. And like I said, I want a blue bed. So that'll be the next one we lay down. Jump, jump, jump. Press the button twice. Alright, that looked like another pit of death we just avoided. And move the player. And jump. 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 that. Brake. Yeah, I want to clear this opening. That way the game can refuse my jump. Although we're going to land there anyway. Oh, and let me do it. And continuing, 83, almost 84% of the way towards the next 10,000. The 7450. The goal that we're looking for, minimum. Wasn't very much of a stretch. But we're assuming that things can happen that go wrong, and it doesn't necessarily mean death. Lack of cooperation would be the other thing that kills progress. In the wrong way, because that's the only way that's letting us move forward. Kind of. Comes a little bit of a progress killer, but I mean, those are expected. It's just the really big ones that are a major pain. Nope, I want to move, I want to jump. The thing that you're not good at doing. See another tree. I might be able to reach it. Yes. This might be a bit too much of a circumvent. Yeah, it kind of was. Kind of an overreach. Although, actually falling off wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't like that pit. Alright. More progress killing, but we're pretty close. Brake. Brake. Perhaps braking is what the braking button should be doing. I know I think of these really stupid ideas. Okay, just a small divot. Everything's got to be a project. It just jump. Nope, I didn't want to place. I wanted to jump. I hit the jump button. Jump should happen. Well, almost. Alright, this is a crap area. Lots of not so good here. So we'll just sleep right here. Just 545 blocks from our next 10,000. The minimum goal, which is not terribly far off, or all that big of a goal, really. I want to be moving now. I like to be moving. Nice big wide opening. Although I see we're going down a bit. Get a little more this way. A little too much there. like the way where that was heading, so yeah, I think we bypassed the pit that was over there. Alright, we see a way that way. Place. And that's going the wrong direction. What a surprise. And move the player. Move the player. There we go. There we go. And, well, the ability of jumping crossed over. Which way is better? Yep, keep moving. Alright, a little bit of threading the needle, but we can do that. Oh, we did it flawlessly, but we're bouncing off the sides where the opening was a lot wider. And we made it to 7450. So we're halfway through the 7,400 kilometer block. That is turning into a mountain, and we can avoid it over here, so we're going this way. Heading towards that 256, where it does ever so slightly, almost insignificantly compounds the complications east and west. Not by much. Well, that ended. Well, we got a river crossing here. Alright, okay, we need to actually be moving this way. I know we're crossing the 256, but hey, we've gone well over 1,000 blocks off in the north and south direction. If it's in an area that's not significantly of any assistance, then whatever. Although I'd like to try to keep it close to zero as we can. going off too far. This looks okay. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to trust that. And we can move. Oh no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see roof forest. Roof forest bad. Jungle, that all depends. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's thick, and bad things spawn in half-light situations, which is not good. Like I said, we've been 1,000 blocks over before, so of course as soon as I say that, here we are, 520 plus blocks off axis. The mountains are not making me want to go back in the correct direction. Jumping. Jumping. I see a chest, but I also see it's getting dark. How about bed? I was selecting a bed. And then we throw away the junk. How much time is left? A lot. We might even make it to, too far away. Not too far away. We might even get close to the 2/3 of the way through this. Of course, looking at the terrain spawn and not looking at that one cube of grass that was in the way. We're already more than a quarter of the way through the next 10,000, so. But we're getting into uncooperative territory. We're zeroing back in. Jumping. Alright, I didn't expect to move, but we were in a good position, so it didn't hurt anything. And I see water, which may be a good thing. Maybe a good thing. Usually it is, but not always. The player. We're moving the player. Now we'll duck. This is one of those times where ducking is okay. Because, yeah, that's not looking very positive, so. Move the player. Alright, that's a little bit of a hit. Gonna take another one. Gonna duck again. Okay, we should be able to run this. And go into the river. And we're still in the god-awful roof forest region. Well, you know, we made our goal, so as usual, the game will just say, you made the goal you were looking for, screw you, that's all you're getting. Break. Alright. Okay, we've got more than I thought. And place. Well, we didn't quite make where we were hoping to get, but we did make progress, which is good. Of course we don't work. If we jumped, we could have landed on top of that tree, then moved on to the other tree, and we would have had a very nice soft landing. Alright, we're good. Nice jump. Glad the jump button did nothing. Move. How about stick? Now, jump. Jump. Oh. Well, it wasn't a deep pit anyway. We're going to move the player. There might be something down there trying to get us. We can move the player. Going in the wrong direction anyway, but... yeah, we can use a tree to circumvent some of this hill. Rake. Especially when jump button does jumping. That helps even more. Jumping. Whoa! Good thing we stopped. Okay, we're good. Just in case the jump button didn't work, because it likes to not do that. And stick. Okay, that's why we're not moving. Place. X. And move the player. Nice jump. Glad the jump button didn't do anything, as usual. Or we can go where I'm pressing jump button. Alright, ocean time. Move the player. don't work. Yeah, this may not do much, but or we can swim. Actually, jump. This way. Be a bad decision, but we're gonna see what happens. Go this way. We are gonna get halfway through the 7450 kilometer block. It says 7460 is kind of pressing our luck. Perfect. Exactly what I didn't want. Go. 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 Better. I think I see a way out. I'm not sure. Well, this wasn't it, but this might be one too. Or at least gets me through this a little further. Okay, we're halfway through the 7450 kilometer block. It'd be nice is that this roof forest comes to an end. Again over that 256. Or if it gets us away from the never-ending roof forest, I'm okay with it. Mushroom Island were to come along, which is kind of pressing our luck, thinking something like that will happen. Because that's what the mushrooms showing up are making me, kind of reminding me of those. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull over here. Good old-fashioned redhead. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 more sleeps. You have time for 4 more sleeps. That's not including this one. And 4 to go. Might make it to the 7460 kilometer block. Like I say, 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, probably not. Very likely not. Unless everything winterizes and we get frozen lakes and is it frozen lakes and frozen rivers. Frozen oceans, although they have, it's like a landmine full of glaciers and icebergs, not glaciers. But it's still faster. This is the second fastest, and we're only talking about getting to our primary objective, or secondary. Village. These are the kinds where there could be a lot of smithies, but usually, in my luck, they're not. So, and we're jumping. Imagine that. Nope, not in the position. Better. We are in a position right now. We can trade with the, if they got a farmer in here, we can trade with them. Goes anyway, but where we wanted it. How else would it go? Alright, jump and move. How are we on beds now? We're good. And we don't don't want to duck. We want to move. And not exactly what we were going for. Alright, so that puts our number to 33. We're good there. But why not make it better? Brake. It's not worth the effort. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Actually, I don't know if that's going to be the right way. This seems to be the better way, even if it does end. So you have a flatter entry point. And then a river continues through it. That even helps more. Village. I thought I saw a smithy in here. I did see one. What helps is not micro jumping. Actually, that's not going to matter. Will we actually have something halfway decent in this one? That'd be neat if there were. How are we on 51? Oh, a little help. Not a ton. Farmer or not? Yes, you are. Good. And I stop. No, wrong button. X, X, X. I'm hitting X. Okay, let's put this back. X. Nope. That's right. Old-fashioned swim. Guess you can get back on land much easier that way. Jump. Jumping. quite trust you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, good thing it wasn't a pit of death, because jump button did absolutely nothing again. Yep, jump time. How many times do I have to press it to make it work? Let's see. Switch things up a little bit. So this is 1 of 3. Do I have it right? 1, 2. 10, 3 to go. It's hard to tell. Jump. Nope. How about sword? It. Break. Of course, it has its turn. It's heading in the wrong direction, of course. Alright, I'd like to move the player forward. player. Move the player. Move the player. We're pressing. Okay, that's why. We're now move the player. Place. Jump. Wow, the jump button didn't do its job. Surprise, surprise. We would have clearly made it up several of these tiers if the jump button would actually do its intended thing, which we know it won't do. Oh, it's repeatable on Windows 10. Just do it here. Move the player. That went pretty well. However, I pressed jump and we should have moved the player. Nice. See, that's how important jump button is. Let go. Move the player. Move the player. I don't like how this looks. Although if we slowly go this way, a little bit of a hit there, but not too bad really. Yeah, let's make more work of it. Exactly where I don't need to be. Yep. Nope, I don't want that. Brake. Brake some more. Brake. Perhaps brake means brake. Silly idea. We should try that. player. Actually kind of did work. Now move the player. Move the player. 2 sleeps to go. We'll call it good here. To go. Brake. Brake. Perhaps the brake button means braking. Gonna need jump button to do jump. Alright, now we need it to do jump. Jump! Okay, we didn't make that, but that's fine. We moved in the right direction, that's all that matters. And we need to be moving the player. How are we not moving? That way. We're jumping. How are we on the... Okay, we're getting better with that, so... We'll still keep going. Move the player. Okay, we're turning into the white crab. Okay, I just need to move another few. That's all we need, but we're asking for miracles now. You're not moving the player. You're micro-jumping. We did not need micro-jumping. We needed moving the player. I just want to move the player. That's all that has to happen, is move the player. Yep, when we need it to happen, it's not gonna happen. player. Okay, good. Yeah, we're gonna have to traverse the mountain. How about sword? I just want exit. I don't want to be on the mountain now. I want exit. Pressing. We're not going to be able to move. We can't move on this. And move the player. Move the player. Move the player. Oh no, is it? Oh, it's this. I just want to move the player. Just move the player. That's all you got to do is move the player. Oh look, there's no winning. Jump. I'd like to get there, but of course that would require a miracle. Move the player. Move the player. Move the... Oh. Okay, good. Move the player. It's not too hard. Just move the player. No, over here. Eat the food. Nope, wrong direction. Okay, yep, that's okay. Alright, one sleep to go. But get rid of that. One to go. We're asking for miracles here to move a lousy few hundred blocks. We're not moving the player. We press the jump button. Jump should happen. This particular version of the roof forest is the pale forest is a safer place to be, and we're not jumping when jump button's pressed. Why is that? I press the magic jump button. The player should be jumping. That was an important jump that we made there. Nope, micro jumping not good. Jumping. Jumping. Yeah, I don't like what I see here. I'm in between. Alright, I see a way out. Just have to get there. No, we're not whacking swords. Jumping. Okay, move the player. Now move place. And now make that extra distance. And, well, no, we're not there quite yet. But this river is definitely the thing that helps. And we made it to 7460. Of course, we cannot have a biome that is helpful, though. Alright, the birch forest. That can be helpful with the player. Village. Alright, pressing a button. We need 3 beds. Actually, let's just eat one for the sake of taking one of those. Pressing. Probably should be doing the job. 2 beds. Now we need to move the player. Pressing. Probably should move the player. Okay, that one's not going to be good for us. This one has an occupant. Alright, let's... There we go. Just going to do a quick analysis. And it looks like we do not have a smithy here, so well, it doesn't want to swim, does it? When I want it to, it won't. When I don't want it to, it does. Nope. Because even if you do make the jump, or I should say, even if I do hit the button, it's probably not going to work. Come on. Nope, can't go that way. That would be too much. Alright, let's try and find a way just to move. That's all I want to do is move. Twice I pressed jump and nothing happened. Oh, I think this would be a good spot right here to call it good for the day. The sun's setting. We're pretty much done for today. No, I'm not playing Whack the Sword. The game just does what it wants. %, battery to go. Well, you know what? We're pretty much done anyway. We'll just do that. And that'll be it for this edition of One Way. Got a little further than what I expected. So I might be sleeping this off camera. 7,460,991. Well, maybe not. Alright, over here. Nope, we gotta move the player. 100% better. That helps. Alright, so this is One Way. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.